And like obviously every week, or I don't know, I'm guessing every week 2 people, the finalists, get put into the monthly finals, and then obviously every 8 weeks, or I'm guessing it's every 8 weeks, you have 16 players playing the tournament, and obviously it's, I guess, in just no, the players came in November. That's the only assumption I can make.
It's
That's,
just a very
I can't think of
strange
anything
way
else.
of doing it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it must be from when it starts, not the
Pewee,
time.
would you like to introduce these two players for us?
I would absolutely love to. So spawning down in the bottom right as the red Protoss for Team Nervosoft, it is Romson, and in the top left, he is currently teamless. He is the blue Protoss, the blue Zerg. It is Dimaga, and of course it is 1-0 up in Dimaga's favor. The second map, Ohana,
And it's best of
and
5.
it is even better. So we pretty much have to cycle through all the maps anyway.
So, as we are waiting to see, obviously we can make some predictions of what they're going to do. But
Yeah.
of course, Romson, I'm still saying at game 1, why did he go for those 4 gas and then make no sentries?
Well, he had quite a large bank. He done well on spending all of his gas because he's building a lot of stalkers, and he did warp in 2 sentries at the end. But if you're gonna do that, I would really say like build 4 sentries first. The first 4 units you build sentries pretty much, and then just bank the energy. And when you push, like if you get a really sick good force fields at the very beginning and segregate the army straight up, like you can have a really good trade, and that alone could start to snowball for Dimaga. But he didn't. He just went all in. His pylons were scattered. He didn't really defend them. So the warpins were far apart as well. We do have a Nexus first, which is of course completely standard. Once again, it is a 16 Nexus, not a 17, which you see from a lot of players. And Romson's winding up the drone, the natural. There's the forge. The forge goes on the left-hand side. I know pros always put on the left-hand side.
Well, the thing which is always interesting to see, and it's one of the minor things you can do on this map, is the placement of the cannon actually, Pewee, because as I'm sure you know, if you stick the cannon down within range of the rocks, it's usually an indicator that the Protoss player wants to take a quick third, which is very viable on a Hana. You can do it quite comfortably, and that's one thing that Dimaga's probably going to try and get a little eye out for, to work out where that goes down. And of course, there we see the cannon. That won't be in range of the rocks there.
No, as far as I know, it's going to be next to impossible to cover the entire ramp and hit the rocks because it's too far apart.
It is
more than a can range.
Yeah, I don't think you can cover all of the ramp, but you can cover most of it and still hit the rocks. And
yeah,
hitting the rocks just is you'd only get that if you're going to go for a very, very quick third base, which some Protoss players really like doing on this map.
Yeah, Blin's a big fan of that, and Todd actually he does a really good job with them. But yeah, there's not much really going on yet. We do have the 2 gas for the Protoss. Romson is checking for the third, which is of course something that's got to be done. Can't not do that. You gotta know. So third's going down. He's gonna make his life a lot happier. Otherwise, he may build an extra cannon, cut probes, and build like an extra gateway faster to get some extra units. But no, everything is standard so far. Not even gas for Dimaga yet.
Nope, you won't gain gas from a Zerg player who's gone for that quick third until about the 40 to 50 supply mark. There's just no reason to get it. And as we saw in game 1, Dimaga held off that really aggressive play without speed. Speed only just finished as it came in, and he didn't have road speed either. You don't need that gas super fast. That's the important thing. So, as we can see, Dimaga, he's going to have a good economy. He's got the Overlords in a nice position, and he's going to just really keep an eye out to see whether Romson is going to be going for something too aggressive. Sees the cyber core and now knows that he's just got to keep a good little eye out for whether it's going to be a robotics facility, whether it's going to be a Stargate, whether it's just going to be a lot of gateways.
Pretty much, and until we see the 2 gases come down from the natural, it's gonna like that's the big. Okay, there's the robo. I was gonna say it could be a robo. Like you kind of need a 3rd gas for a Stargate, so it is the robo. If he's going for a robo sentry or mortal, well then he'll take the gases around now. So this could be the sentry mortal all then. Of course, this is one of the maps to do it on. It's pretty much the smallest map in the map pool, and it's nice and squishy. It's the way it plays out with the mortal sentry is all in. It's pretty standard. Like you know exactly where to push up. You push up where the stalker and the zealot is right now, and you can get a nice force field coverage to cut your opponent's army in half. I like this by Romson. Build the sentry, the stalker and the zealot first, and you can get 1 or 2 extra kills. And It's
you can
always
just
nice.
disrupt mining, you can force a couple more Zerglings, and the one thing I'd say Dimaga needs to do is if it is going to be an Immortal Sentry all-in, which it most likely will be now, is you've got to take that Watchtower close to your opponent.
Yeah.
And you've got to have some speedlings there, because on a Hana, and really on most maps where Immortal Sentry all-in is really good, the only way you're going to effectively deal with that is if you cut it off as it's leaving your opponent's base. You have to engage in this massive open area, trying to get a nice surround, forcing lots of force forwards, delaying, buying yourself time to get a good number of roaches out. But as we see from Dimaga at the moment, he's getting the evolution chamber, he's getting up the roach run as well, and his third gas. So all in all, he's getting the things he needs in order to deal with this. We've got the additional gateways now down as well. A couple more than usual actually. He's going up to 5 gates instead of the normal 4. So just going to have a bit of extra production, but that means he definitely won't be able to expand anytime soon to a third.
He has 7 gates, yeah?
Has he?
Yeah, there's 2 in his natural.
I did not see the 2 in his natural. And that is how you make a complete fool of yourself, Fury.
And now he has 8 gates. So he has an extra gateway production. But I'm going to go back to what you were saying earlier about, you know, having the Zelnaga tower closest to your opponent, because Dimaga has no units apart from what's in production right now, which is 30 Zerglings, 5 roaches. There's no units. So, you know, a lot of the time when we see Zergs defeat the Sentry Immortal all-in, they'll wait outside their opponent's natural and, you know, force crept into force fields as soon as their opponent steps out. That is, okay, it could happen now as the Zerglings are running across the map, but, you know, this push is a bit late from Romson, and as we can see, Dimaga's forces aren't really going to get there in time. I mean, he could lose them if some nice force fields go down, but they don't. They have to run home. But there's not enough units to really scare Romson either, which is
not yet, but
big
of
deal.
course, with the roaches coming out now, and of course these rocks in the centre between the natural and third being knocked out, all these Zerglings are for is to get a good scout out on how much is Romson sending over here, and can I engage it, what do I need. Dimaga, he can't leave this force to actually get to his third though, because once it's there, it is so incredibly hard to engage it effectively. But he's knocked out the rocks now, and he's really going to be looked to engage on creep as soon as those units get on there. He's got the speedlings behind, of course the Warp Prism sees it, so he's going to try and get a surround down there, and that's a nice little touch. But of course the speedlings are going to get forced back by Romson's units, but it's buying Dimaga time to get out extra roaches, so I still like the play.
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying that, like, normally you see a bit more units, so you see force fields and stuff while they try to engage, but Romson's like, yeah, just come at me. But we do have an engagement here. Sentry's going down and separating a few of the units from the rest of it, and you know, a lot of forces going down. And of course the Warp Prism and a Pylon are down here, so there's Micro with the Warp Prism if he needs, and really nice force fields. He's not really engaging these straight up. The armies are kind of half fighting half. There is an Immortal on the right which could go down. Drones are coming off the line, the Sentry's going to take it down. The Immortal gets surrounded. Really nice snipe there. 2 Immortals left, and they're at the back of the base, the fight here. And really nice force fields.
Yeah, the force fields were really good. We do see the roaches trying to pick off more of this army as we speak. The Zerglings were taken out from behind, and as we can see, with 1 Immortal still remaining, the Immortals of Dimaga should be able to hold it.
Yeah, Dimaga's going to just about clean it up now. Nice little position in here, but you know, bunching all the units up to reduce the surface area, but there's just not enough here. The Warp Prism goes down as well. He drops his Immortal so it doesn't get sniped, but also the Proxy Pylon has been taken down as well. So there's no reinforcements apart from, you know, in the into the main of Romson, and of course this one little Stalker will get picked up by these Speed Roaches.
It's trying to run away. Bless this little Stalker. It's doing its absolute utmost to get back to safety, but of course,
and then it's going to get walled off, and it dies.
Yeah, that poor Stalker.
Get it! Get it! Yeah.
I've never heard you cheer for the Zerg in that situation. You'd normally be like, Stalker, you can do it, little Stalker.
Normally.
Of course, Romson now, though, he's got nothing to transition out of them. While he did good economic damage, he lost all of his forces, and Dimaga's counter attack is going to be super tough to hold with no Immortals.
It is. He's got 2 sentries with 1 force field each, so he will be able to warp this, block this off once, but then he's limited for his gas, and of course the Robo Bay is about to finish, which he needs the gas for, so we don't have any more sentries that can come in straight away. Okay, there's the Colossus. So he's pretty much going to just go for round 2, but with Colossus now.
And Dimaga should be able to hold that.
He should be.
He shouldn't have too much problems. If we look at the worker count, Dimaga has droned back up to 60 after losing that 20-odd drones earlier. He's getting up his 1-2 upgrades, so he's getting +2 armor and +1 missile attack. he's got a fairly nice force, and you don't have to worry about Colossi as a Zerg player until they start getting up to 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, and of course pathogen glands have started as well, so infestors will be out on the map, and these pylons are going to get taken down by these Zerglings, and that probe dies.
The poor probe. All he wanted to
I don't
do
know.
was he wanted to play SimCity. That's all he wanted to do.
Dimaga's gone for his 4th, so getting it more ahead now. He'll be 2 bases over his opponent, and of course there is a observer at the 3rd of Dimaga, so Romson kind of has an idea what's going on. He gets the overload at his 3rd, so he can start expanding. And of course he's just going to turtle as hard as he can, really. Second Colossus is in production. There's no range in production, so he is saving his gas, which means it looks like he's going to go for the 3rd. You know, he could fake it and go for another all-in, but with the pylons here, it looks like it's the 3rd. The probe is there, and Dimaga's going for a 5th base as well, so he doesn't even need to attack his opponent. He's just going to macro like a boss behind this and just crush the late game army from Romson.
He's getting the Spire down, so I'm expecting to see a Hive start relatively shortly as well with the 15-minute mark. Dimaga's got the money for it. He's probably going to just transition straight up into Broodlords. May get some Corruptors out first and just try and engage with Roachling, Infestor, Corruptor, but when you're in this position as a Zerg player, when you have got complete map control and you know your Protoss opponent is going to do nothing but turtle, what do you do? You've got to just sit back and tech up.
Yeah, this is a fake 3rd coming, isn't it? It has to be. He's not going to build like 6 pylons where it should be and then do a massive open. Here we are. Okay, so round 2 of the all-in is coming.
The changeling sees it! That changeling sees
no.
it! Oh, Dimaga now knows precisely what's coming at him. He runs back at the watchtower as well.
10 seconds till the first 5 infestors are on the map with pathogen glands, and of course that is trouble. And we do have 3 Colossus, no range as far as no range, which isn't that big deal because they outrange everything anyway, but range is just nicer. Terrible fungal growth there.
That was a better one though. He made up for it then.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice one.
Dimaga is going to just wait for the best engagement he can hope for. He's just fungal growthing, trying to knock down the health as best he can. Nice
6 force fields.
Yeah,
and this army is actually trapped as long with the 5th base. 1 infestor goes down.
2 infestors are going to go down. Dimaga really needs to just send some fungal growth here just to try and delay this. But behind this, of course, Dimaga is just producing more and more roaches. He's buying himself time by running these roaches away more than anything.
We do have 1 Immortal and 3 Colossus, which just, you know, they deal so much damage. These roaches are fighting Zealots while the main army is like, hey, like I can't keep running around because he's building more units, so I have to go for it. And here's the engagement with nice force fields coming down. There's 3 Colossus, so they are vaporizing the roaches, and now the surround comes from everywhere. We do have Warpins that join the fight, and of course that 1 Colossus is so low on health, but it stays alive. It's 130 supply v 170, but I think the front units now are taking a pounding and they are getting destroyed. 1 Colossus does go down as well. Whoa, this is so close.
It is going to be really close. I think the resupply for Dimaga
should
just be able to hold, but it is going to be very close because the 2 Colossi are still up. And
and it's only roaches, but there's no there's no force fields, or actually there's a couple force fields, but not many. Oh, the roaches, they're going to snipe the Colossus. 1 goes down. The second's supposed to get...
good play by Dimaga, getting that. Now the second Colossus is down. This is pretty much going to be game because you can't hold off with just 1 Immortal against this many roaches. Dimaga is on 5 bases against the 2 of Romson, so even if they mutually destroyed each other right now, Dimaga is just going to have such higher production. As we can see, we should see a GG out of Romson any second because his force is all dying.
Just once the Immortal dies, that's like, that is.
There we go, GG. So game 2 goes to Dimaga as well.